You know, this final set in top 8, it felt like a long, long set to me. Because I had to pee so bad this entire set. I was talking about this earlier on commentary. It is the worst feeling when you're just stuck. When the bracket reset, I was like, oh no. I'm going to be stuck on commentary forever. I got nowhere to go. That was a bad feeling. All right, all right, all right. Grand final. 2018. You guys been enjoying the CPT season so far? So this is an interesting match. We saw them play for a top 8 qualifier match where Gachikun cleaned it up. And one of the big things he did is he shoots Whirlwind Shot, which is Rashid's projectile. It has this kind of a hitbox, right? Has that swooping hitbox. That hitbox is good against Abigail because he has a low jump arc, right? So that low jump arc means that he lands on the projectile a lot. The other thing is if he tries to do back fierce to parry it, you can react with roll kick. So if you see that he does back fierce to absorb it to try to get fire, or try to get meter or whatever, then Rashid has reaction roll kick, which is really good in this matchup. So, you know, that's something that you have to look out for. The other thing is that Gachikun used to be a Sagat player, so I actually think he's really good at playing like a slow defensive style against grapplers. Yeah, he could have Eagle Spike. That's what he tried to do there. He was a miss. Right? He was looking for the Eagle Spike, just like I'm looking to think mountain goating for the 15 months. Thanks, homie. So if you're a little farther, you can roll kick this on reaction. But right here, right? That angle that I talked about with the wind shot, really good against a character like Abigail with a low jump arc. And then he tried that sweep was supposed to be a heavy Eagle Spike. Even Pass Me brought it up. Pass Me analysis, though, is too slow because I can pause the stream so he doesn't have time to catch up. How the fuck did he command throw on the other side? He must have got an autocorrect command throw. Yeah, you just shoot this wind shot at that angle all day, just like I got to shoot on over, and thank you for the Twitch Prime. Austin has a pretty good fighting game scene, actually, right? You guys had Arcade UFO open for a long time. I think it's still open, isn't it? Even though Fubar's not there. Man, if you're Gachikun, I think that you're okay with what just happened. Look at how far over he is on the screen. And he just walked him down. Just little steps, little steps, little steps. Dash up. But he has a long way to go. He still needs a few hits here. But it's hitting the point where Itabashi might have to do something because even though he has the lead, he's the grappler here, and he's going to eat chip, right? He's going to eat some chip. You could have whiff punished that. Damn. He didn't build enough bar for super, but it doesn't matter. Gachikun, he can't really bring this back, right? Unless he gets the lead. This motherfucker, Itabashi, grinning ear to ear. Oh, man. Nice crush. This is hard to react to, actually. You have to be pretty on point, right? You have to be pretty on point to break up the giant flip with Fierce. He did the wrong frame trap. When Rashid does crouching medium punch, you're +1. And against a 4-frame character, you don't need to do standing light kick after. You should just standing medium punch. It's the wrong frame trap. Jesus, man. Abigail's buttons go so far. No punish on the counter. That's what I mean about Abigail has good panic situation tools, right? EX run when you're in V-trigger has frame 1 armor. See frame 1 armor? And if you try to throw that, he can jump cancel command throw on wake up, which will beat that. Nice. Ooh. Whew. That was good. This was real good. EX giant flip interrupt. Yeah, most grapplers tend to have pretty good jabs and light kicks and stuff. Their pokes are good. But he has good far ranging buttons too. It's like Hugo. Dude, are you kidding me? Counter hit. That was sick. That's not easy to do. Anybody who's fought it against Abigail knows that that's pretty tough to consistently do. That's hard. Yeah, you gotta be pretty sharp on defense, right? You gotta watch the dash and then buffer fierce. Yeah, see how you had that standing heavy? Yep. You just buffer fierce from far away to try to beat the limbs and also the dash. Yeah, crouching medium punch into throw is good against 4-frame characters. And just 4-frame characters in general struggle with +1 situations if you have a 5-frame medium, because it will beat their buttons. That's math, but important math for you to do against big body characters. Same thing with Guile's frame traps. He has better frame. I mean, most characters have better frame traps against 4-frame characters. Damn, nice whip punish. Quick maths. That's bad. It didn't get the crush because he didn't do anything after, but... Oh my god, you got a heavy mixer there, I think. Or jump back medium punch. Roll kick. It was a little too... I think Eagle Spike might have worked instead. That was a good anti-air. Gachikun is so good at chilling, isn't he? Just... Oh, man. I gave you so much credit. And then you just go and do that. Not a lot of time on the clock. If you're Itabashi, you're just chilling. Chilling. Not enough time for you to win. The double timeout. He has so much health, dude. You just block. You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, that cancel and a whirlwind shot was a little greedy. When he has full super especially. I mean, even without full super, you can EX giant flip with Abigail, right? It's projectile invincible. Nice. That was a good commitment. He knew that he was close enough to blow through the whirlwind. Take the corner carry, medium mixer. That was a cool buffer. I actually don't think I've seen that much. I wonder if that's something specific that he was looking for against Abigail. On counter hit, we saw him do roll kick earlier. Damn, he lost the corner, but it didn't matter. This is a lot. He's stunned. No. Yeah, there's not much you can do. It's really hard to beat Abigail's jabs when he's winning. I think most grapplers, I feel like, always are like this, right? They have some stupid, annoying jab. You just have to wait out all day. And grappler players are so good at killing you with it. I like that backdash, but I don't like him hitting a button after. He should have just waited. No EX giant flip? He's gonna jump back lag kick again, isn't he? That was pretty wild. How did that hit in the front? But it wasn't, it was too high for him to combo after. Man, that's messed up. That's so messed up, dude. He was so tall that it benefited him. Well, it didn't benefit him at first, but it ended up benefiting him with the combo after. That's the strength and weakness of being big, right? That's why I'm happy not being tall. If you're tall, you have to deal with instant overheads, and you have to deal with, like, weird jump-ins, and, yeah, being tall seems like it sucks. Crouching jab, standing jab, crouching jab. Yeah, now it resets. Wow, he buffered again. He's gonna kill him. Damn, he just buffered Fierce like 3 times, and he kept hitting that crouching jab. Talking about being real life tall? Yeah. Dude, I was telling, Ricksta and I were talking, and I was saying, if you were a fighting game character, you'd be so cheap. Because he'd have that low hurt box, he'd be so hard to hit. Yep, that's what I meant about the EX giant flip to get through. If you're tall, you sort of have the natural disadvantage of a lot of different things, right? So, because you're tall, you can do jump buttons early against Abigail like that. You see how early he hit the jump heavy kick? It's really good against Abigail. Because he's so tall, it hits him early. So you can just jump and hit the jump button like almost on the way up, and it still works. But the strength is that because you're so tall, jump buttons hit higher, and they have less advantage, right? because they hit so high in your head, you run out of block stun earlier. So there's strengths and weaknesses of being tall, right? Yeah, this matchup's a grind. This first set's pretty wild in the sense that like it's a slow burn that Itabashi wins, and then the next set is crazy because Gachikun is just like, you know what? I probably shouldn't sit back and wait so much. Yeah, it's a punish. He's so tall that, you know, he doesn't recover in time. This motherfucker woke up crouching light kick. He's too good. He senses the fear. He senses the fear and respecting the wake up. He had wake up super. So he's like, oh, you think I'm going to wake up super? Wake up crouching light kick. On the notes. All right. It's looking like a 3-0 reset. To be honest with you, in the clutch, I kind of like Itabashi, right? Like he's been around for a long time. This is his third straight Capcom Cup finals, right? That's very impressive. Top 8 finals too. I don't even mean qualifying. I think qualifying for the finals at the end of the year 3 years in a row is impressive, but making top 8 3 years in a row is hard, right? Oh man, this is actually like this is pro grappler player strats. This is somebody who's been playing grapplers a long time. Empty jump at a range where if you don't hit a button, their anti-air will miss. You remember him doing this with Zangief in Street Fighter 4? Right? Empty jump at a range where the anti-air will miss and then you land and punish. He did this so much with Zangief with jump, short knees. That's like an old trick. Hard knockdown here. That's a hard knockdown. It's not supposed to be there, but it's a hard knockdown when you activate V-trigger, pop, run, overhead. It doesn't hit both hits. And you get 50-50 jump in here. That mix-up's really good. That's a real dirty mix-up. Yikes. That's a rough spot to be. It's also a really good setup against like Isle or characters who need charge or reversal because you can force them to not be able to flash kick out. Why does that do so much damage? I don't know, man. He's big. The hard knockdown, it had a good run. It made it all the way to second place at Capcom Cup, you know? It had a good run. That time he was in range. That's what I mean about the counter. He has so many good panic moves, dude. You just get near him, he's like, yeah, chilling. Dizzy? He's not dead, though. He's chilling. You just take the Oki here, right? Mm-hmm. That was super meaty, actually. This is a real meaty crouching light kick. And then, because it's counter hit, he gets the combo into back heavy punch after. That was a beatdown. Yeah, you can see it on Gachikun's face, right? He's like, oh shit, that was bad. He didn't really get any good offense started, and I think playing the slow, like, zoning game against Abigail, it's alright, but it doesn't do damage, you know? It doesn't do enough damage to justify that style for the whole round. Did he just commit to back heavy punch? Yeah. Because crouching light kick, back heavy punch, counter hit combos, and if it doesn't counter hit combo, you can cancel into something to make it safe. You can cancel into like giant flip or anything else you really want, to be honest. So, yeah, happy belated or early New Year's, depending on where you are, what time zone. There's a 50-50 every time, actually. We saw them, they played the same 50-50 game in the first set that they played, right? After medium mixer, this is a safe jump, and it's very, very deep. The first time he did this, he threw Itabashi after, right? So Itabashi did jump cancel command throw to beat the throw. And now he did another jump to beat the throw that Itabashi did. So they're like rotating options there. He's like, all right. That time he does throw again. Missed the counter hit combo. And he didn't have V-trigger to cancel and do safely. Reversal on wake up. Itabashi won't sit still. I think that this is a good adjustment from Gachikun. Right? I think that's a good choice. Almost as good as Mad King's Abigail. If you guys don't watch Wednesday Night Fights, you haven't seen Mad King. Very good. Thanks very much for the sub. And also for dropping some knowledge about Abigail in the chat. Yeah, it's almost 2019. Which is why we had to finish Capcom Cup. I couldn't let this wait until the end of the year. Couldn't let it fester. I was going to say, I don't know what you even punished that with, right? Anti-air. He could have counter-hit confirmed that. He might have just tried and missed it. Early jump heavy kick. It's so good, dude. Yup, giant flip. Even if you roll here, he gets the giant flip through when you whirlwind shot lazily, right? When you see this, he's just going to giant flip through. Reset, command. This is so cheap. I've never actually seen this. Catches the jump out. Empty jump command throw. Actually, maybe crouching light kick it looked like. Punish. Juggle. That was a perfect punish. I think Itabashi was already committed to that answer. If he did command throw, he would have got him. Man, that was scary as shit. He would have died if that hit him. That run into the punch. That would have smoked him. Itabashi takes a bunch of time. Thankfully, the tournament's over, so I can skip ahead. But I think the big difference is that Itabashi didn't get to just run around in neutral all day. Gachikun did a better job of pushing the offense, right? You can't just play the slow game against Abigail forever with Rashid because you don't do enough damage. Your whirlwind shots don't do enough damage. They don't do enough chip. They don't hit like a regular fireball, right? So from full screen, they do this, they swoop out, and they miss. So because they miss, like, what's it called? You don't get chip on every fireball, like a regular fireball. Like Ryu's fireball gets chip every time you block it, right? You don't get chip every time with his fireball. The angle is good for catching jumps and stuff, but it's not doing chip damage every hit. Only sometimes. Early jump heavy kick so that it's harder to anti-air. This is a good round from Gachikun. Because when Itabashi is like, you know, trying to get comfortable and find like, all right, I got to get in somehow. That's when Gachikun runs up and does this. And then he gets all that screen space. And then he runs away, shoots whirlwind shots. This is what you have to do in this match. All right, well, the one time he got a little too antsy. Good jump back. To bait the crouching light kick, or crouching heavy kick. You just have to avoid sweep into V-trigger. That's all you really need to do there. Do not get hit by crouching heavy kick into V-trigger, and you might win this round. Punish? Super. No, he extended it too far because he had to build the meter, yeah. Run! Help! Run. Perfect. Perfect. This is a really, 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 really good timeout. Because he does the EX, right? EX, flips out with the V skill, light, run. There's no time on the clock. That was a great block string, right? Light, 4 lights, run. You don't want any pressure, you don't want any damage, you don't care, you're just running for your life. Yeah, that was probably the only round where the whirlwind shot game worked the whole time, and it's because he also ran forward, and he still couldn't kill Abigail in 99 seconds. 99 seconds of whirlwind shots, and you can't get the kill on him. That's like the first time he didn't interrupt the giant flip, right? He's threatening the wall escape? Yeah. I think he showed it first. That's the problem, right? By jumping back, Itabashi was like, oh yeah, the wall escape. And then he just did it right again. So he has already had the answer in his mind. In fighting games, I think people tend to do that subconsciously, right? You show an answer and you're like, oh. It's like, you know, in Tekken, you miss an electric and you just do an electric again. You're like, hold up. I can do an electric. You miss your combo or something? Hold up. I can do that. You just go for it again for no reason. Gachikun has V-trigger, which he wants to activate off medium kick or heavy kick. Yeah, I think those V-reversals are good for Itabashi. But, I mean, he might lose now. Yeah, you don't tech there because of the heavy kick. He should have died. There's not a lot of time. Perfect. Perfect. That's all he was looking for. Walk forward and look for the down jab. That fierce buffer worked really well for Gachikun. What was that? He came back in that round in the first set, right? Just by walking back and buffering fierce all day. It's good, man. Interrupt on the giant flip. Even though he didn't get the full combo, that was good. Yeah, you don't want to anti-air at that jump range, because if you do crouching medium punch, it'll miss, and then he gets back fierce into Oki into probably the round. This is bad. This is what I mean by Oki into the rest of the round. Yeah, this is bad. You don't want any of that shit to happen. Roll kick, activate. You don't really get that great of a mix-up. Yeah, he was negative there, so he just DP'd. You gotta watch the EX cancel because he's gonna giant flip it. Ah, he got antsy. Wow, he could have killed him. Not dead. Back throw, chip. No, he wanted chip. Oh my. He wanted chip so bad. He wanted chip off of this. He wanted to cancel off of the eagle spike. He wanted chip to cancel off of this. Eagle spike was meant to just cancel into chip again, and he tried to like jump away. That reaction, he's like, God damn it. That's what it looks like. Even high level, people make mistakes, right? You don't always get what you want. Also, thanks, Heroic Software. I appreciate it. A lot of people have told me that they enjoy the match analysis, and it helps them think about their own gameplay, which always makes me happy. Looking for the ship. The chip damage, man. I mean, it's rare that you have chip damage as a threat in this game, right? Because you need critical art to do it. Also, notice how Itabashi backed up. When Rashid has the wall escape available, he can go off the wall like that or off the wall like that at two different angles. So you kind of have to respect that option. Cornering him is like, you know, it's scary in that sense that he can just get out of the corner so fast, right? He probably tried a giant flip there and just didn't get the input. Yep. So this is what we talked about, the interaction earlier. After this, you get a real deep safe jump, and you can walk up and throw. But what's happening a lot of the times is Itabashi was doing reversal jump cancel command throw, because this beats throws. So he baits it out. And then this time, he can do a throw because Itabashi didn't... Oh, man. He tried to throw bait there. Itabashi doesn't have meters, so the jump cancel command throw is not scary. This is bad. This is real bad. Caught the backdash, dizzy. That's not a lot of scaling either. Everything was going so well, and then he backdashed and got air flipped out by a crouching medium kick, and you died. You just died. He tried a crouching light kick interrupt. I mean, it's funny, you know, because I think most people agree that these two characters are, in this version, either similar in tier list or in the tier list, or Rashid's a little higher, but Abigail's a great character. Backdash was scary. He didn't even do anything after the backdash because, like, you know, you probably expect a forward jump there. Good cancel. Getting in the air with Eagle Spike there is great because even if Itabashi does command throw, you know, you avoid that. If he does the punch, you don't get hit on the ground, which is a crumple. Yeah, you see a lot of walk-back fears from Gachikun to try to beat the jabs. But if you're committing to that, you lose the jumps, and you lose the, like, Abigail walk-up fears. That was a misinput. Yeah, this is a bad spot for Itabashi. He missed whatever counter he tried right there. 50-50. He neutral jumped again because he was reading jump cancel command throw. Oh boy. Oh, he just landed with fierce. He just landed and was like, you know what would be great right now? A 7-frame heavy button with tons of priority and the ability to V-trigger cancel. This dude is hype as fuck. He is feeling it. You know what's funny is you can tell who's rooting for who by how worried they look. If they look like they bet their car on somebody, it's because they're a Gachikun fan. Because everybody is terrified. They're like, oh my god. This character is horrifying, dude. Abigail is a horror movie character. Air flip outs are real scary against a character like Abigail because if you get an air flip out that turns out badly for you, you just lose. I noticed a critical art happen on screen and you didn't ask if it was going to kill. Why is that? Well, the thing about me is that I've played and watched a lot of Street Fighter, so when a critical art happens, I usually know. But sometimes it's hard to tell, you know, it's fair. That's a throw bait. Heavy kick puts you airborne, right? So it's pretty good. Oh, man. That hurts. That crush counter will never stop pissing me off. It's so good. Man, crouching heavy punch is so good. These characters are both great. I like them both a lot. That's not the best answer, but it worked. You see him jump backdash when he sees that? He's so scared, right? He doesn't know if it's going to be like command throw or button after. Even though he's negative after the backdash, he's like, oh shit.
He actually clips him trying to jump out. Not enough to kill. Gachikun got it. That's going to do it. He is your Capcom.
He just got too antsy. Damn, dude runs up on the stage. Is that tournament legal? This whole round, I feel like Gachikun he sniffed it out. He was like, you know what? This dude Itabashi's wiggling too much on defense. Look at this. Trying to wake up crouching light kick V-trigger or something. Too antsy. I think picking up the pace on the offense was probably the most important choice he could have made. I think he relied too much on trying to play the defensive game and just zone and play neutral in the first set. As useful as that is, that's not Rashid's biggest strength, and it doesn't do enough damage against a character like Abigail. You need something immediate, right? You need some kind of threat besides just the whirlwind shots. Otherwise, he's just going to be okay with taking a little bit of chip the whole time. This is a good adjustment. We did it. 60 sets in 6 streams. We watched 10 a day. Whew, we got the job done. We made it through Capcom Cup match analysis. Oh, 6 days in a row of just non-stop commentary. Whew.